Okay. Well, there's just a couple, but that's okay. We'll do this. Just welcome everybody today to this chamber luncheon for February. I just want to acknowledge that we are, I think pretty much all of us are situated within the unceded and traditional territory of the Sycus First Nation, and that's where we're calling in from today and working from today, and I'm very appreciative of that. So, so there's a nice small group, so let's just do, I think we all know each other pretty much, but let's just do some introductions. So I can start. I'm Michelle Roberge. I am the current president of the Vanderhoof Chamber of Commerce. I am physically situated right under Kelly right now. And behind Juliana. And yeah, I have a consulting company that I do all sorts of different contracts for all different kind of clients. And I also have a farm, which is how I'm actually, my farm is a chamber member, and so Escape Farm, and so we do that too. There you go. So that's me. So let's go to Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I run and own a showroom place / farmhouse. I'm having a crazy kitchen couple of weeks. I've got like 12 kitchens to design, and it's fine. It's fine. Sleep for the week. I'm working on building my design business. I'm taking an interior design course online so I can get certification behind my name, because that's what I truly love to do. Yeah, my husband owns the building supply store and I own this store. So he has the functional store and I have the pretty store. Conquered to the chamber.
Cool. Thanks. Sasha. Sasha, we can't hear you if you're talking. Oh, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Sasha Strigler-Iannone. I know Michelle. And I was bumped. The invitation was brought to my attention about 15 minutes ago, so I am not prepared.
That's okay.
And I'm just here to learn more and observe and yeah, all that stuff.
Cool. And Sasha is part of the Good Neighbors Committee, which is, I mean, our lives interconnect outside of that, but that's how our lives connect sort of on a professional level. And
I suppose on a chamber level, I work for Sycus, but one day in my heart, I would love to be a full-time writer, and I have done some freelance writing work. So there we go. There you go.
Awesome. And then the Juliana Brooker, that is actually Leslie Chason.
Sorry. I'm Leslie Chason, and I'm the owner of The Gander, and I'm currently working on getting a book published with my quilting and sewing, and I have over 42,000 followers on my Instagram, which I spend some of my time on.
And you are also a director with the...
I'm a director on the board of the chamber.
There we go.
Yes,
awesome.
I am. Mm-hmm.
Great. And Juliana, can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. Thanks for joining, everyone. So I'm Juliana Brooker, and I'm the new manager of the Vanderhoof Chamber. A little bit about myself. I went to high school here in Vanderhoof, and then I went away for university for many years. And I'm back now, and I'm just settling into the position, but I'm excited to get to know some of the local business owners and hopefully be planning some fun events for the 2022 year.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks, Juliana. And it's great to have you. Juliana knows how to use a computer and email and all those great things, and so it's actually been a pretty smooth transition. Unfortunately, I think Leslie and I were both got sick or were sick sort of in Juliana's first week and a half there. And so, training was a lot of, here you go, and hopefully everything's going well, and call me if you need me kind of thing. So anyway, so that's us. So thank you, everybody. So this luncheon is really just about just to check in on the chamber and to also announce that we have our AGM coming up. It was going to be March 2nd, but I think we have to reschedule because I don't know how to use a calendar and I actually can't make it. And as president, I should probably be there. So we just have a doodle pull out with our board, and we'll as soon as we have that date, we will get that out officially to all the members and on social media and all that. So, but it is coming. It won't be before March 2nd. It'll be the week after probably. So yeah. So our AGM. So our AGM. I think we're going to try a hybrid model. So we're going to meet in person, but also have a virtual option for folks who don't feel comfortable, or because any in-person, you still need that double vax card. And so we just want to make sure that anybody who wants to come can come. So we'll have that dual option, probably be at Scott's in the back there, and there'll be some appetizers. We're hoping to get some support from one or two different industries to help pay for that. And then at the AGM, we'll just give a full year review, our finances, get all that squared away, let everybody know how we did last year. And then we have some elections. And I will be stepping down as president. And so we are in need of a new president, and probably some other directors. And we're always looking for directors. We still have opportunity, we still have opportunity or openings for more directors. So, so we'll deal with all that kind of stuff at the AGM. So for sure, date to be announced very soon. Any questions about that from anybody? And just jump in at any point. So I guess I just wanted to do a little sort of recap on the last, say, 6 months, just what we've really been focusing on. Really over the last 6 months, COVID and vaccine passports dominated the day. And so we did a bit of advocacy work, which is great because we haven't done that part of sort of what chambers are supposed to do in a long time. And so that was great to be able to survey some of the restaurants because they were most impacted at the time. But I mean, we talked with this, restaurants, but we surveyed everybody. And then we were able to formulate a couple letters that went up the chain and ended up at the ministry level just to say, hey, this is what's going on and these are our realities. So, so that was great to do because we, as a Vanderhoof Chamber, that hadn't happened in a long time. So it was a little bit of a, oh yeah, this is an important part of what we're supposed to be doing, is that advocacy for our businesses, no matter what it is, and moving that up to whatever levels of government it applies to. So that was good. And then again, all the shop local initiative is, across the board everywhere. That's the big push, right? We experienced that with the supply chain issues and that kind of, and now continuing with all the stuff that's going on. The idea of shopping local is really, really appealing. I know, Kelly, you have experienced as a supplier of refrigerators and whatnot. This has been super challenging for you as a business owner to be able to provide those items to your customers. But so thank you for sticking with it and try to make it work. But, even that idea where, you can still, it's just nice to be able to still walk into a store in Vanderhoof. And if you need a fridge, you might not get exactly what you want, but there's a fridge there for you. And so you can walk out with it that day, right? For the most part. So that's great that that's still happening. And so we've partnered with chambers across from us all the way to Prince Rupert, so 7 of us, and the Smithers Chamber sort of led the charge. And anyway, we got this funding pot of nearly $200,000 that is spread across the region to do a really intense, short, live, love local. And hopefully you've seen the things on social media and whatnot. And there's draws and there's gift certificates and there's all sorts of things going on. And we're just still, getting the word out there. And but it's been great to partner with those other chambers just to show that, as a group we are much stronger and we can do lots of things together. So that's great, and that's still something that's actively going on. And then the other great thing, and I'm going to stop talking, Leslie was our manager, as I think all of you know, and then left us for a short amount of time and has come back as director. And in that whole span of time, she never stopped doing stuff. And before, when she was still manager, she had started this Vanderhoof app. And again, a collaboration with BCIT, I believe. And so I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get Leslie to talk about this Vanderhoof app.
Thanks, Michelle. So the app is now available for Apple phones and for all smartphones, so you can get it on both. And it's just called Vanderhoof Chamber app. So, I should clear out of it here. Just one second, I'll get to the beginning. You can download it. It doesn't take very long to download it. And then it has all of the businesses listed on there. So that's one of the perks of now being a member of the chamber. So your business would be listed in the business listing, and I'll just click on that in the business directory. And then from there, it has all of the members in here. And I'll just go to one of them that I know for sure, Wallace Studios, just because I just looked at it just earlier. So it'll explain the business, what services they offer, and it also has their address, phone number, website, as well as the connections to their Facebook page. And we're hoping in the coming months, possibly in May, we're going to have a specialist that will be able to share and show everyone how to get their LinkedIn accounts set up. And then I can actually add that onto there too. So then they can just click on that and have access to that as well. And there's also, you can see at the top too, that there's a way to get a map. So find out where they are. So they just click on the map and it'll go right to Google Maps and show where your location is. Also, it has information about the chamber. So if they want to become a member or they want to read all of our chamber points, I'll just click on that one. And it just goes right to our website, which is now updated like we were discussing before. And they have access to all of those chamber points there. Just gonna go back now, sorry. There's also all of the events that will be happening that we know of in Vanderhoof. So if everybody or anybody wants to know what's going on for May long weekend, or what is happening over the summer, or the hours of the pool, or all those types of things, they're going to be listed in here. So I know they're not all listed quite yet. There is quite a few, but if people let us know what they are, then we can update it and add them into there too. So that's kind of exciting. The idea of this too is to help with the with tourism as well. I had just talked to the tourism board just the other day and mentioned this app to them, and they were thrilled because this is a really easy way for anybody who happens to just be coming to town. They can find out what's happening in the area if they're driving through, and so they'll be able to find out right away what's going on. We also have all of the hiking trails that are local in here, as well as recreation. So this is where you're going to find the Sturgeon Center, the Aquatic Center, hours. I do plan, someone mentioned to me that I should add in there the garbage hours. I guess that's a big concern with some people. They want to know, right, when their dump hours are and all sorts of things. So I'm going to add in that information as well. And if anybody has any other suggestions that they wanted to add, I'm perfectly happy to add that in there as well. But we want to start talking about this a lot and get people using the app, because that will help direct them to your business. So any way that we can help promote it, I will be doing a presentation for the tourism committee, and then at the AGM we'll also be talking a little bit more as well.
If I could just pop in here, I did have a question, and I'm sorry if this was mentioned and I missed it. I will admit I am fighting with some very affectionate cats at the moment, and who are also determined to eat my plants. So is this available as desktop as well, or is it only available through mobile app?
No, it's only available through mobile app.
Okay. Gotcha.
However, our website is our website. So you're going to find basically that information on our website too. So yeah. And
okay, fair point.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
No, I think it's great. Like, and it's been a long time coming. You've been working on this for a long time. And no, I'm just excited to see that it's there. And then, yeah, I've got it on my phone, and it'll just be great to get going. And actually, like you said, Leslie, yesterday when we were, and Penelope failed. Her L test, darn it. But that's okay. We were sitting in ICBC there chatting yesterday, waiting for our kids. Where was I going with that? Oh, you said to search for it. It's really easy, because if you type Vanderhoof in, the Apple search or whatever, there's only 3 apps that have Vanderhoof associated with them. So it'll be nice and easy to find.
We're also going to somehow, maybe on our Facebook page or probably even on our website, we actually have a little video that was prepared by the team from BCIT who put this app together. And they actually do a little presentation that they had prepared for their teacher. And so they explain the app, they explain why they did what they did and how they designed it. It's actually really cool. So it's a little bit of a longer video. I think it's about maybe 25 minutes, but it's really neat because you get to see the people who are behind the creation of it. So I had been in numerous meetings with this team, helping them, giving them ideas, getting the links, that type of information for them. So yeah, it was really exciting to put it together. So we'll be posting and sharing that as well.
Cool. Great. Awesome. One more. Yeah.
So this thing that we just talked about briefly.
Yeah.
These just showed up on my desk one day. So I was just dropped them off and left them here. So I didn't know what I was supposed to do with them. And then I had noticed on Facebook Brittany's store and the bakery, but those were the only 2 I noticed that were local. Were there more of them highlighted, or was it just the 2 of them in Vanderhoof before they moved on?
It was when they emailed us and they're like, we need 2 stores. We're going to have a videographer in Vanderhoof and we need 2 shops. And so we did a quick little poll, and so that happened. But I think, and Juliana, maybe you can speak to this, they might be coming back.
Yeah, so I think they started in Vanderhoof and worked their way to Prince Rupert slowly. So as far as I know, I believe they are going to be coming back in the next week or 2. I got an email the other day. They were looking for a list of places to possibly phone to see if they could do an interview with them. So I sent them a little list. So yeah, hopefully they'll come back and do a few more videos.
I actually just found these on my desk. I was cleaning my desk yesterday. It was a disaster. And I found them, so I have to go put them in my window.
Perfect. Awesome. Cool. And yeah, if this Live Love Local feels rushed, it is because it is rushed. They essentially said, we've got this money, apply for it. It has to be used by yesterday. So anyway, and that was like November. So, oh no, it was actually beginning of December, I think. So it was like through Christmas application, found out we had the money, and then poof, all this stuff. And so it's totally rushed. And it's one of these situations where there was a pot of money somewhere, a government agency's like, crap, we got to spend this money by March 31st. Let's do this. And then this is what happens. You have a whole bunch of people running around with their head chopped off trying to spend oodles of money. So anyway, so it is rushed, but they're trying to figure out ways to make it so it's not just all right now. Like it can last a little longer past the reporting period, I guess. So anyway.
We are kind of hoping to hire somebody for the summer as well to be the videographer again. So despite the fact that only some of the businesses were included in this, we are going to still carry on with the My Street, My Neighbor type initiative, which was, very similar to this. So the other businesses we'll make sure we'll focus on so that they have that opportunity too.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, we have two summer student applications out. One for an office admin support, and then one is specifically social media, videos, all that. So we had that person last year, and it was great, but then he left unexpectedly. Very like, I'm not here anymore. So that was unfortunate. So we didn't get the full potential out of that summer student grant as we had hoped, but hopefully this one will work out better. I mean, we haven't heard back. I'm assuming we're going to get the summer student grant money, but we'll see. So anyway, that's the plan. So looking ahead, continue the shop local initiatives, of live whatever it is, LLL, but then there's always more ways to spin it, and just to keep that conversation going. When Kevin and we presented to council on Monday night. Oh, that was something we did last fall, was went and talked to businesses on a business walk. And then we just, Philip put the report together, and then Kevin Wallace and I, and Juliana was there, presented to the District of Vanderhoof on Monday night, just to say, this is what we found. And I guess I can, what we found was businesses actually did better than they were expecting for this last year, despite COVID, but there were definitely challenges managing all the changing public health orders, maintaining staff and getting staff, and then, dealing with the customer relations part was also really difficult for businesses. So those were the main messages we heard. There was a lot of super specific stuff, but sort of overall that was, those were kind of the main things that we heard. And recommendations were, keep the shop local initiatives going, more support with social media and advertising. So that's stuff that we can do as a chamber, is, we can, repeat those videos or redo those videos, and do more sharing on social media, and then create things or opportunities where businesses can promote themselves, and cheaply, right? And as a benefit of being a chamber member, if there's a special thing that's going on and it's going to have a cost, but the cost will be cheaper for chamber members compared to other businesses, that kind of idea. So so moving forward, again, keep that shop local initiatives going. Still, building our membership, that's always a priority. 3 years ago, I don't even know what year I started, we had 25, 40 maybe members, and now we're 110 or something, right? So it's a slow process, but it would be wonderful to get over that 150 and then start looking at that 200, because there are 400 businesses in Vanderhoof, right? So it would be great to keep that building, because the more members we have, the more opportunities we have as well, right? And more ways to support each other. And then and I'm going to stop talking again, because if Leslie's still there, Leslie and Kevin are leading the business. It used to be the retail committee, but we're trying to change that to be a business committee, so that non-retailers feel welcome to join. And so the idea is that this year we'll try to do what we haven't done in several years now, is to have a trade show, but trade show with a twist. And so I can keep talking if you're chewing, Leslie.
Did you want me to just
I don't know. Yeah, just the ideas that you and Kevin have been throwing around.
Okay, I have it here. We had talked about doing a week-long trade show where we will have a celebration the entire week and then end it with a trade show on the weekend. And we're hoping to have it on the May weekend, which is the 27, 28, 29, which is actually the week before Prince George has their, it's not even a trade show, it's more, they're calling it something else, but we're kind of want to jump the gun before they get there. We had talked about a barbecue, a beer fest, lots of draws. We wanted to have a street market for all of those street vendors. Anything that we can do to help draw attention to the trade show and businesses. He had said contests. We talked about even, those bags that were at YIG not very long ago, those grocery bags that had lots of businesses on them. So we were thinking about doing the same thing for the trade show, so that would be a good way to, for people to put all their goodies in the bag and then they'd have that to go home with. We were going to look for corporate sponsors. Oh, and fashion shows. We thought it would be great if Janet, Richard, and Kevin Moutre, they could all have a fashion show, maybe one time, one another day, whatever, we'd figure it out. We also talked about having a band, maybe even NBSS. And a few years ago, Juliana had looked up and we had Paul Mammering had donated a helicopter ride as one of the prizes. So we're looking into even doing something like that. We want to really make it fun. So I guess until we have the actual permission from the district or however we're going to carry that out, but that's the plan we're working on.
Yeah, that's good. It's been a long time coming. I don't think we've had a trade show since 4 years at least. So it'll be a welcome return, that's for sure. And especially if it's sort of drawn out like that and with lots of different opportunities. I think it's great. I'm actually pretty excited about it. So if there's a fashion show, Kelly, you might mark it on your calendar. Kelly does a lot of the modeling for a department store.
And Richard, I always do Richard as well.
Oh, you do? Oh my goodness. There you go. You'll be busy that week. So anyway, that's about all we had to sort of touch base on. And I don't know if there's any other questions about anything else that we haven't mentioned that you have questions about or whatnot. But
I don't know if it's an appropriate question for today, but Michelle and Leslie can both answer my question. We're a member of the Chamber, and in your app, Leslie, you have Ace Building Center. But how do I get to have this built? Like, do I need to have 2 chamber memberships for the 2, even though we treat it as one, just in 2 separate locations? Or how do I get this business in that app too?
What do you think, Michelle? I think I should just add it. I could just add it.
But I'm just like, you see me thinking here? This is my thinking.
And that's a good question because, it's a really good question. But I can just, because I think as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that your membership fee covers all of your employees, right? So I mean, maybe I'm totally wrong, Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong, but, and that includes your store too. So I would say
that's
just
been a question I've had for a while, whether I needed to have a separate membership for this one or whether I was still covered under the main store.
Well, it's just Ace, right? So Ace and Ace Showroom. Yeah, I guess it would just be just another entry. Like, I don't know how the app is set up, and so I don't know if you can split it out, or how it's done on the website. Maybe it's just another entry.
Yeah, because we have separate everything: address, phone number, hours. We have totally different from the main store, so. It sort of has to be separate. I just didn't know if I could get away with one membership or if I would have to get a second.
Yeah, okay. That's definitely makes sense. So maybe it would have to be two. But Michelle, Michelle can let us know. Let you know.
Okay. Come up with an answer and let me know.
Okay. Because you only have, it's just you at, I don't even know her name. What's her name? Christy. It's just the two of you pretty much there, right? But you have the guys come down from the other shop to help you. So it is really, I don't know. We gotta figure that out. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anything else? Anything?
This is all new for me, so I'm just like trying to be an info sponge as much as possible.
Excellent. Well, and part of the reason I brought Sasha here too is because of that Good Neighbors community connection. Way back, like over a year ago, the Good Neighbors committee put in application to the federal government to get money so that we can be more than just 2 hours of my time a week and actually have a full-time person. And so when we were creating that application, if we did have a full-time person, we're like, oh crap, where's that full-time person going to go? Because as the Good Neighbors community do, there is some community outreach kind of work. And that was kind of at the same time where we were switching locations. Like we used to have a space in the mall that Richard essentially kicked us out so we could expand his business, which is great. Like that was fine. And so anyway, so we got the space where we are now, and it's this wonderful partnership we have with Rio Tinto. And but there's an extra office space in there, and Rio Tinto was like, oh, sublet it. Like, cool. And so if we still haven't heard from this grant yet, although they're still deciding, if we get that grant, then I still hope that it's, an option for maybe the Good Neighbors committee person to rent that space, and then that benefits the chamber because then we get rent for that office. But then there could also be lots of overlaps and whatnot. And so anyway, so that was part of it. And then and Juliana, I haven't mentioned this because I forgot. When Leslie was a manager and then when Philip was a manager, they would often come to the Good Neighbors committee meetings, and we have there's one tomorrow. I think I actually sent you an invite. Maybe you may have got it. Maybe I sent it yesterday. I'm not sure if I included you actually. But we have these gatherings every, say, second month. We had one in January, and this is a follow-up. So we're having two in a row this right now. But where we just invite people from the community to attend. And so we invite the chamber because the chamber has links to so many businesses, and some of the things that we talk about do relate back to businesses and might be helpful for business owners, like resources and whatnot. So anyway, so I will send you that because there's a meeting tomorrow at lunch. So
but yes, so that's part of the reason why I'm here is, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, and then, you know, connecting back this way too, right? So sometimes I have a lot of hats, but I try to only wear one, maybe two at a time in a meeting. So you know, it's nice to have other people that represent the other hats that I wear at these meetings too. So yeah, so anyway, that's that. But if there's no other questions, then I'm going to go for a 15-minute power walk before my next meeting. So great. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for attending. I appreciate it. And we'll send you the AGM invite when we know exactly the date. Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.